this video, or what I thought was going to be the video, but this is way, way, way too long. I was going to do basically a recap because I had to refresh my brain because today is Wednesday. Monday I couldn't film the video because I came back from New Orleans. I didn't go to school, but I had to go to work. And the time I got home, I literally couldn't do anything. And then Tuesday, I was at my grandparents' house where I currently am now, which is why you're seeing a black screen. But I basically did kind of like a recap, but I'm just going to highlight over some stuff, the important stuff, because me doing a recap to kind of refresh in my mind instead of like on the same day saying what I saw and like not having to recap is getting a little difficult, because even though the game was Sunday, I'm not going to remember every play, and especially because I couldn't see the replays and like the slow-mo. I didn't exactly see what some of you guys saw while watching TV, so I decided to watch highlights, but going over like kind of like the big plays took a while, so I'm going to quickly breeze, or should we say Bridgewater? Nah, that's lame. Okay, over this. So, yeah, I was giving like details that everyone knew of for some reason, because I'm very lengthy when it comes to recaps. But I guess I'm going to do my videos as I usually do it, talk about one thing or one different players, say how I thought they did, the offense, defense, that sort of thing, because you guys saw what I saw. I will highlight a couple of things, but let me do that right now. I'm going to start with some of the highlights. So I'm going to quickly breeze over this. So yeah, we won the toss. We deferred that. I really like when we defer, because we are a second half team. We make adjustments, we make changes, and we start off strong during the second half. The defense stops the Cowboys on the first possession, so that was a great beginning performance that I really liked. Teddy Bridgewater has an interception, although it wasn't his fault. Again, didn't catch it, bobbled, and somehow ended up in the Cowboys' hands, which they capitalized on because they get the first field goal. That Taysom run was amazing. He literally pounded that dude. That was awesome to watch. Then he does it again, the same play, but it wasn't successful, and I feel like Taysom one day Sean Payton should call it a play that he just throws it, because a lot of defenses are expecting him to run. But I know Sean Payton knows this, and I know he's going to use it one day when we least expect it, or when the defense least expected, and it's going to be some huge play, and yeah. So, Bridgewater gets sacked a couple of times. He's holding the ball, but it's obviously way much more of an improvement from game 1 and game 2, so I'm really proud about that. Sorry, I'm really proud about that. He also really connects well with Michael Thomas. He was targeted 9 times, 9 receptions. He caught every ball that was thrown at him. His connection with Michael Thomas has certainly improved from, again, both game 1 and 2, which is ridiculous. Like, some of the passes he threw were really like kind of like Drew Brees type of pass that like they're kind of like the go get 'em balls. Like, he puts it right there where he can get it, but is also like just the right amount that the defender can't get it. But it's also like you have to be talented, like Michael Thomas talented to catch that ball. And I love the connection between them, and it's only going to get better from here. So, Jason Witten fumbles, and we finally see the return of the Boot Gang, which I was super proud of and mentioned in my last video, and I'm glad that came back. We also get another fumble on Zeke. Whether it was a fumble or not, what I saw was that his elbow looked down, but the ball was still in his hand, although it was slowly coming out. To me, I thought he was down, but I'm not going to complain because I'm a Saints fan, and I mean, we got the ball. So, you know, but that's how it was. And they're the refs, and they didn't want to overturn it. So, again, I'm not complaining. But we are about to go into the half, and because we have the ball now, it's like 10 seconds left. We're down literally in the red zone. But because there's like 2 seconds on the clock, we decide to kick a field goal instead of going for a touchdown. I low-key wanted to try for a touchdown just because we have been unsuccessful this whole entire half from getting a touchdown. But obviously that's not a smart play. As long as we can get 3 points on the board, that's good. So at the half, we end, it's Saints 9, Cowboys 3, which, again, we get the ball at the half. So, you know, I wasn't really tripping. I'm like, whatever, we'll get a touchdown there. But that doesn't happen. But, yeah, I was a little disappointed. But, yes, so after we don't score from our first possession of the half, after the half, the Cowboys scored their first touchdown. And at this point, I was thinking, oh my God, it's over. They adjusted. They figured what we were doing. It's over. Like, they're just going to score a touchdown after touchdown. If we don't score a touchdown, Teddy Bridgewater can't throw, like, over 15 yards. And I was thinking all this stuff. And I was just, yeah, I kind of was losing it because I thought it was over. But sadly, or really, unfortunately, this is only the third quarter, and there's another quarter to be played. But Josh Hill, we do actually get down again to the red zone, but our buddy Josh Hill dropped a catch on the 3-yard line that was a little high, but he is a tight end, and I'm pretty sure he's just about the same height as Michael Thomas. If Michael Thomas were there, he would have caught the ball. He could have jumped, but he didn't catch it. And I'm thinking, thank you, Josh Hill. Thank you. You are a trustable tight end. And I'm just losing my mind now. So we settle on another field goal, and which leads the score 12-10, which is great. So we get the ball back, and this is literally the play before the Cowboys get the ball and try to win the game. We have the ball. It is 3rd and 9, 3rd and something, 3rd and long. Bridgewater has the ball. He gets sacked, and not just sacked and loses like 17, 15 yards, which makes us out of field goal range, which I understand he was trying to make a big play and get out of that and get a first down, but I mean, that's just something you cannot do because, I mean, I was even thinking about the field goal range. I was thinking about, like, bro, you literally just lost 17 yards, but I completely forgot that we were in field goal range, and we could have made this a little bit harder that they didn't have to win by a field goal. And when I realized that, I was flipping out. I was like, oh, what the heck? Like, dude, like, but fortunately, the defense had us, because first play of the Cowboys' possession was a sack. Second one was a short, like, 8-yard reception. They get the first down with the catch, and then the other play is like when 4 receivers are on, I believe, Amari Cooper, and it's an incomplete. The next play was that big play to, I don't know his name, a receiver. They're down at the 50-something yard line, and this is the last play where it is picked off by Marcus Williams. And the coverage was really, honestly, great. Let me just say this one play, or this one drive. The coverage on the last drive was spectacular. We did not blitz until the last play, which is a very questionable but also excellent / brilliant play call for blitzing. But we had enough people down the field that this wasn't even like a major blitz. It was just one. Well, it wasn't even blitz. It was just one person blitzing, which I believe was Von Bell. I will correct myself if I'm wrong. Who rushed and did get a hit on Dak, which probably affected where he threw the ball, and Marcus Williams picked it off. So that's my little recap. We're going to start off with the Saints offense. The Saints offense started a little slow, although Kamara didn't have like a big game on like necessarily the stats and on paper. He had some key receptions and rushes on third downs that really helped us. So we are going to get into the stats now. So Mr. Teddy Bridgewater had 23 completions out of 30 attempts, 193 yards, and averaged about 6.4 per yards. He had 0 touchdowns and 1 interception and 5 sacks and a QBR rating of 17.8. Now, my personal perspective on Teddy's game today, I thought, of course, he did better in the pocket with time than he did than any other game. And honestly, we didn't capitalize in the red zone, or even we weren't in the red zone, but like in the 30-yard line, we didn't capitalize. But you know, to get to field goal position, you have to do something, and Teddy did do something, whether it was throwing it to Kamara, just throwing it for 6 yards. He did something. He wasn't not moving the chains at all. He moved the chains. So would I like for him to take deep threats? Yes, I would. I actually would like him to do that in the first quarter. So like fourth quarter, he doesn't like throw a game like losing like interception or something like that. So yeah, and plus it would boost up his confidence even more if he had that mojo in the first quarter. But yeah, staying in the pocket, he did significantly better. Connecting with Michael Thomas will probably only get better from here. Alvin Kamara, him throwing to Alvin Kamara, same old. And a lot of people just dropped passes from him that really could have helped us and made his stats look better, and maybe would have had a different perspective of him not throwing the ball down the field. And when he did, like Josh Hill didn't catch it, Ted Ginn didn't catch it, things like that. So we're going to move on to Alvin Kamara. For rushing yards, he had 17 carries, 69 yards, and averaged 4.1 yards. Way better than Zeke, but we'll get into that when it comes into the defense. Alvin Kamara was the better running back of the game. I knew he would be because, as I said in my last video, although our running defense was like ranked 27, 26 this year, we were number 2, and I know. And also having Sheldon Rankins back was a huge impact. I'm getting into the defense. I should stay on the offense, but I knew Alvin Kamara would be the better running back of the game, and that significantly was shown. So receiving yards, Michael Thomas, again, 9 receptions, 95 yards, and average about 10.6. He did not have a touchdown, but no one did on the Saints. Josh Hill, why not? Let's just say his stats. 3 receptions, 29 yards, average 9.7. Jared Cook actually did catch balls today. I think he was like pretty much literally non-existent last game. So, you know, any improvement, great. Jared Cook, 3 receptions, 21 yards, average 7 yards. And we have Alvin Kamara for receiving, 3 receptions, 20 yards, an average 6.7. Ted Ginn, 3 receptions, 19 yards, average 6.3. Latavius Murray, he did, I didn't even say him for rushing. For rushing, he had 4 carries, 14 yards, and average 3.5. And for receiving, he only had 1 reception, 6 yards. So, that's it on the Saints offense. Again, I talked about Michael Thomas, I talked about Alvin Kamara, I talked about Ted Ginn, I talked about pretty much everyone. Again, Latavius Murray also showed some role compared into the Seahawks game where they, on like 3rd down situations, they just handed it to Kamara, but actually for this game, on 3rd and short, they handed to Latavius Murray, and he actually, picked it up. Even though it was 1 or 2 yards, I like that he's now in the role and that we can trust him to get the first down for us, which hopefully boosts his confidence. So now we're going on. So, okay, I'll rate the offense. I'll give them a grade. I'll give the offense, Will Lutz is an A+, by the way. The offense was probably a C as a whole. Teddy Bridgewater, I'll give him a C. Alvin Kamara, a B. Latavius Murray, C for improvement. Michael Thomas, I'll give him a B+, A+, not A+, B plus A, because, he did everything he had to do. Like, he caught all the balls that could have came his way. Alvin Kamara also did all that he had to do, so I'll still give him a B, A+. Even though Teddy played great, I want him to do a little bit more, because I know he can, and I expect that his role will only increase as we move on. Alright, so now, the defense. The defense held Dak Prescott to 223 yards. He had 22. Alright, now on to the defense. The defense held Dak Prescott to 223 yards. He was 22 out of 33 and averaged about 6.8 yards. He had 0 touchdowns and 1 interception, which obviously came late in the game. Yeah, the fact that the 4 front held, and the linebackers, of course, like Demario Davis, but the fact that our defense held Ezekiel Elliott to under 2 yards per average is crazy. He only had 35 yards, which, if you're new to football and you don't know who Ezekiel Elliott is, Zeke, and to say 35 yards, that is ridiculous. That is some amazing defense, and I wasn't born during the when the Saints were known for their defense, like Dome Patrol. Like, I wasn't alive, but like I heard someone say, like, this is probably not even really how they must have felt, but like somewhat close to what they felt, because that was a heck of a defense, what I've heard of, and what I saw today was some heck of a defense, because that's amazing. This is better than holding Todd Gurley to, like, shoot, I forgot how much we held him to, but this is amazing, because all week we've been hearing how Zeke this, Zeke that, he's a beast, he can't be stopped, and Saints are not that great in holding up the rush this year. But I knew that just because the stats said that does not mean it's accurate, because they don't take into consideration garbage time and all the other things, like allowing some rush yards to, like, maybe stay in bounds and all this other crap. But I know if you watch the Saints game, that you know what it was like 26 overall, that it was not that bad. In fact, I think it's probably top 10. So yeah, let's move on to the receiving side. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna give Dak Prescott my little 2 cents. I thought he didn't play terrible. Like, he just wasn't the Dak Prescott you see against, like, the Miami Dolphins and the Redskins and the other team they played. Like, because, again, they had a legit defense that they had to play, like the Saints. Like, again, I said in my other video that the Cowboys, they were a little bit overrated. I'm not saying they're a bad team, but they were overrated. And I said that because of the teams they played and how they looked. Everyone was getting on the hype, and I didn't believe the hype. I know they were a good, stout team, but I didn't think they were all that. And if you want to, that was kind of like a bold statement, because if I said that to a Cowboys fan or anyone else, they would have been like, are you crazy? We did this, we have this, and da-da-da. But, like, I said it first, and I know a lot of people were thinking that too, especially Cowboys haters. But I'm not even a hater of the Cowboys. It's just the fact that, I don't know if you guys saw that, but, like, I'll put this on the screen. Like, they were literally in Bourbon Street, like a whole bunch of a crowd of them. Like, we literally had umbrellas and, like, beads and, like, low-key, like, mocking us, like how we do with, like, the umbrellas and just marching. But, like, that's why they surely did not party on Bourbon Street after that. Nah, they were pretty quiet, actually. They probably didn't even go to work the next day. But that was disrespectful. So I think I may have a grudge on the Cowboys, or maybe their fans. But regardless, we're gonna move on to the receiving side. Jason Witten had 4 receptions, 50 yards, average 12.5. Blake Jarwin, that's the dude, all right. He had 3 receptions, 49 yards, average 16.3. And Amari Cooper, 5 receptions, 48 yards, 9.6, and he averaged 9.6. And Randall Cobb had 3 receptions, 41 yards, 13.7 on average. And we're going to end with Ezekiel Elliott, 4 receptions, oh my god. 6 receptions, 30 yards, and averaged 5 per yard. Our secondary, I had questions going into this game because it's the 15 plus plays that we just, for whatever reason, can't cover, or the dude's wide open, or there's like 3 defenders but somehow he catches the ball, or missed tackles. But I can proudly say that I wasn't even, I did not feel what I usually feel towards the secondary when watching the Saints from like 2 to 3 years. Like, I usually feel like, oh my god, here we go again. Like, this is the weak side of our team. But the secondary, Marshawn Lattimore held and sticked, blanketed, covered, locked up Amari Cooper. He only had 4 receptions, 48 yards. Literally, this is the Amari Cooper that everybody was praising before heading into this game. And how he's a legit number 1. And I know a lot of people say, oh, he had MRI, he's not okay. Lattimore sticked this man. He sticked this man. And he did outstanding. Lattimore, I have been putting him under the fire too. He has not been playing his best football. He has not. Since what we've seen his rookie year, he has not been playing that type of football in some of the games, or hasn't been consistent, should I say. But he showed today that he still is that number one lockdown corner of ours. He can still get it. And he most definitely had a game today. He came to play. And so did everybody else. Eli Apple, you did not see him targeted a lot. Like, you know how quarterbacks pick on him. He did a heck of a job. Literally, our secondary was great. We did not give up a lot of yards. If we did, we automatically tackled him. There's really no missed tackles. We did great. Amari Davis had a game. He balled. Cam Jordan, Sheldon Rankin, Demario Davis, David Ayumada, they all had a great game. AJ Klein, all had a great. Marcus Williams, I'm naming everybody. Von Bell had a great game, and I could not be any prouder than our defense. I'm pretty sure everyone feels like this. I'm more proud of our defense than our offense, which, if you're a Saints fan, you cannot say very often. But I am very proud of this defense and how far they've come and how Dennis Allen has worked on them. And we know our defense starts off slow, but they have never gone this fast on track. This is only game 4. Usually they kind of like get great around like 6. But like to say like this defense performance and the fact that you didn't have Drew Brees to rely on and they had it and they got it done is remarkable. I feel so much passion for this defense because they played their butts off. They really did. And I was hoping that the offense at least can win the time of possession, which we did, and so like the defense doesn't get gassed, which it wasn't the fact. Again, we had the ball on offense more than the Dallas Cowboys. It was the fact that we had these long drives, but we just couldn't capitalize on touchdowns with it. We moved the chains. We did that, but we just didn't get touchdowns. But yeah, that is my video. The defense, an A. Oh yeah, Marshawn, A. Literally everybody gets an A. I'm dead serious. Like, everybody gets an A. We did have a lot of holding calls on the offense, which also set us back, which happened again during... Sorry, my story interrupted. I was filming this video in 4K when this is showing a black screen, which is stupid. So, my storage was like, gotta go. So, I had to delete some things and realized I'm literally filming this at 4K for no reason. But as I was saying, we had holding calls on both sides of the ball, more on offense than defense. I don't know what's up with that. I heard a lot of people were like, they weren't holding calls, or they were doing the Dallas was doing the same thing but didn't get those type of calls on them. I wouldn't exactly know because I didn't see like replays. I also have not watched the whole film, and I don't know how accurate that is. I'm just saying what people were saying, but there is an awful lot of holding and penalties, just like the Seahawks game, which we need to clean up. I don't know if that's because the offensive line was collapsing because Teddy was about to get sacked or something like that. I don't know. Also with Teddy, I don't know if, I would say he needs to throw the ball down the field. I don't know if it was just good coverage, again, because I watched it in real life time and did not go necessarily back over I didn't have like a 360 view and didn't go over the film. So that's that. But yeah, we need to clean up the penalties. But besides that, great game. We're keeping it going without Drew Brees. We're really 2-1 without Drew Brees. So, which honestly, if we were gonna lose any games, I would have thought it was to the Cowboys and the Seahawks. But the fact that we're winning is great. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this coming Sunday, and I will discuss my thoughts on that literally probably today, since this video will be uploaded on Thursday because it's 12:24 a.m. Thursday. So, again, sorry for this video being so long and for it being delayed. But yeah, I didn't even introduce myself in the beginning, but you guys will see me next time for my prediction. Thank you for watching. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Please tell me what you thought. Any opposing views, any same views, leave it in the comments section. Any improvements I can do on this video, please let me know. Any feedback, I love. This is Knola K, signing out. I'll see you guys in the next one.